What's up YouTube? I hope you're fine and doing well. Welcome to my channel, Academics Hackified. This is our second video of this YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for my subscribers. Please do subscribe and click the notification icon so you can get updates, very important updates for the future, for lots of other things. So today the main idea about this topic is how to succeed and conquer the SAT in just 1 week, because the reason I'm uploading the video now is because a week later, May 7th, will be the SAT its international date. So around the world there will be an SAT exam on May 7th. So it's going to be a very important date for all those students who are giving the SAT exam. So the main thing about this video is that we as students, I have been in the same position 2 years ago when I was a high school student. You sometimes have lots of responsibilities, lots of things to do. Sometimes you cannot study the way you want for some particular things. Like normally you want to study for SAT for 6 months, but what happens is that you study for 1 month and then you find another problem or responsibility, then you leave it, then you try to cram things up in the last days. So these things happen. Sometimes you don't get the specific amount of time you would like to have. So that's a problem, and today I'm here to help you with that, that okay, now we're in a situation that, okay, we have messed up, which happens, which is normal. We are humans, these things happen. We have messed up and we just have 1 week for the exam, and you don't want to cancel the exam, or you don't want to miss the exam, because obviously you've paid for the exam, so you need to give that exam. Now, what's the way to even conquer the exam? Maybe even survive, conquer, or even get your highest score possible. How to do that? Well, my two main tips for that will be that in this 1 week that you have, you will have to be very focused in the SAT and tell your whole family and friends that you really cannot join them for this last week. So number one tip which I have is that you have to use this SAT, this book from College Board, which is SAT, the official SAT study guide, which also has 8 chapter tests. So this book apparently has 21 chapters, which is 279 pages, which is not a lot, believe me. You can clearly study 3 chapters a day, 4 chapters a day. If you study like 4 chapters a day, you can finish the whole book in 5 days, which will be splendid. And as you can see in here, these are 5 chapters. Here we start with evidence-based reading and writing, the chapters of command of evidence, word and context, a very important topic in SAT, about the SAT writing, reading rhetoric, reading synthesis, all these things. Then math, we got here heart of algebra, another very important topic for the SAT math, problem solving and data analysis, passport to advanced math. All these things are very important. And the other thing which is extremely important are these 8 practice tests that will be available in this book. The book looks big, but the reason it's big is because it has 8 chapter tests, so that's why it's a big book. Other than that, the studying is just around 21 chapters, so it won't be a lot. So you can clearly finish this in 5 days if you study 4 chapters a day. And trust me, this is I have finished this book in 4 days, so it's clearly achievable. You can clearly finish this book in less than 5 days, and the next 2 days you can work on practices, and it has the other answers. One other thing which I would prefer for you for maths, because maths can be tricky for some people, for some students. Well, it depends on your academic favor and how do you like. In internet, you can find, I'll also share the description of this at Google, at the description down below and in the comments. You can search for IV Global SAT Math Review. So in this, we got the SAT Math Review, as you can see here. This is only 40 pages of a PDF, and this has a brilliant revision of all the SAT topics. For example, the first chapter is number and arithmetic, so it has 2-3 pages of it and good examples, very basic, very simplified, so you can clearly understand the topic, and it also solves for you 2 questions and gives you 2 questions. So this is a brilliant way to revise in just a short time, and you can understand, like, there's complex chapters of as you can see in here, we have chapters of data analysis and probability. These are some chapters which usually students a bit struggle in the SAT. So all the chapters which will come in this, all the math topics are combined here in only a 40-page PDF, which you can clearly finish in one day. It's clearly possible. So you can clearly finish that in one day, and you can finish that in one day, and then I believe you're ready to go, because these two things will really help you. And the best thing than anything else is to just solve practice tests, because practice tests are very important. So my recommendation from you, from a previous SAT taker, from a previous SAT high scorer, you should finish this book. I mean, this strategy which I'm saying is, I mean, not the perfect strategy for 1600 or something like that, but the thing is that because you have just 1 week, this is the best way for 1300, 1400, or even 1200, which many universities nowadays also accept that. So it really depends on the department and field, and this recommendation of mine will really depend on how good is your maths level, like how good is your basic algebra 1, algebra 2, how is your English skills, because maybe these strategies of mine for one will help them to get like a 1300, but one might take 1100. The difference is that because maybe your algebra skills, or the basic algebra skills, is not that good enough than the other person, because it really depends on your basics of math, especially algebra. Algebra is keen on SAT. That's why you should take your algebra classes in high school very seriously. That's my number one recommendation. Please do take it seriously, because ACT maths mainly is about heart of algebra, so you have to focus on algebra 1 and algebra 2. So these tips of mine will vary from person to person, but this will be a lifesaver for you because you have only 1 week. And I hope you do well, and I hope you succeed in the SAT exam. Please do subscribe for further more information. And tomorrow will be Eid in the rest of the world, so Eid Mubarak to all of you. I hope you had a great Ramadan, and I hope all your prayers was accepted, prayers and all your recitation, and I hope all our sins are forgiven in this holy month of Ramadan. And I hope you have a great Eid Mubarak from the group Academics Hackify. See you. Do subscribe. See you.